The year is 1888, and England has a big vampire problem. Not the aristocratic kind that sparkle in the sunlight and make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. No, these are the real deal. The kind that turned their victims into ghouls. Mindless, decaying corpses, animated only by their thirst for blood. Our story begins in the small village of Dingleton, which is pronounced Dingleton, not Dongleton, and is surrounded by bleak moors and stormy seas and even bleaker prospects. It's here that 3 people are preparing to leave. Well, 2 people and 1 skeleton. The residents of Dingleton are mostly skeletons and ghouls, so our trio stand out like a sore thumb, especially when they start packing up their meager belongings and setting fire to the buildings they have been squatting in for the past few months. Now, you might be asking why a skeleton needs to pack up his bones and move somewhere else. But it's a fair question, and the answer is simple. This skeleton has places to be and people to see. I would like to introduce you to Boney, the last of the Riverwood skeletons, and he's got a date with destiny. Or at least he would, if those meddling ghouls and ghosts would stop harassing him. You see, the reason there are so many skeletons in Dingleton is because it used to be a popular place for, well, everything. Skeletons, mummies, zombies, all kinds of dead folk came here for their holidays. And what's a holiday without a nice, relaxing swim? But then, something strange happened. Something caused all these corpses to decay rapidly and then reanimate as vicious, bloodthirsty ghouls. And now, the once quaint seaside town of Dingleton is a rotting nightmare of flesh and bone. The 3 would-be heroes have had enough of this nonsense. Although there is only 3 of them, one of them is a skeleton, so he doesn't really count. Our skeletal friend Boney has been brought back to life, if only temporarily, by a mysterious vial of holy water. And with the help of an old map, he, Elara, and Horatio set out to find the source of the ghoul infestation, and put an end to it once and for all. They don't get very far, however, before they're set upon by, well, everything. Skeletons leap from the rooftops, mummies slither out of the sewers, zombies shamble out of the graveyard, and all of them seem to want Boney, Horatio, and Elara dead. They fight back, of course, because these adventurers aren't the cowardly types, but they soon find themselves surrounded, and Boney is nowhere to be seen. And just when things look the bleakest, Horatio almost gets bitten in the neck by a ghoul. As the creature tries to sink its teeth into his carotid artery, Boney reappears and leaps onto its back in the doorway, and beats it about the head with his choppers. Well, technically, they're his jawbone, but you know what I mean. The other ghouls, however, aren't so easily deterred, and they swarm over Boney, ripping his clothes and breaking his, well, you know what, let's just say they broke his bones. Horatio, seeing that Boney is in trouble, throws a vial of holy water in the direction of the nearest skeleton, causing it to explode into a cloud of ash. More skeletons come forward to attack, but Horatio isn't having it. With a flick of his wrist, he sends another skeleton flying, then another and another, until every single skeleton in the vicinity has been turned to dust. With their skeletal minions dispatched, the remaining ghouls turn their attention to Horatio. They surround him and open their mouths wide, revealing rows and rows of needle-like teeth. Blood drips from their chins and their eyes burn with unholy fire. But Horatio isn't afraid. He may be outnumbered, but he's not outmatched. With a battle cry, he charges forward, his sword raised high. The ghouls scream and throw themselves at Horatio, but they might as well have tried tackling a brick wall. He cuts them down left and right, sending their heads rolling across the cobblestones. One by one, the ghouls fall until only to remain. These 2 are bigger, stronger, faster than the ones that came before. They lunge at Horatio, but he's ready for them. With lightning reflexes, he sidesteps the first one and sends his sword whistling through the air. The second one tries to grab him, but Horatio is too quick. He stabs the creature in the chest and watches as it collapses. Horatio stands panting in the middle of the street, his sword dripping with ghoul blood. Around him lie the bodies of dozens of skeletons, mummies and zombies, all of them slain by his hand. He looks up at the sky and lets out a roar of triumph. He has won, but his victory is short-lived. From the corner of his eye, he sees a figure emerge from the crowd. It's a tall, gaunt woman with skin like stretched parchment and eyes like burning coals. She walks towards him slowly, deliberately, and as she does, Horatio feels a chill run down his spine. He knows that this woman is the source of all this misery, the one who turned these innocent townspeople into vicious killers. And he knows that if he doesn't stop her, she will drain the life from him and add his body to the growing horde of animated corpses. Oh dear, looks like Horatio has his work cut out for him. Will he be able to defeat the evil vampiress and free the town of Dingleton from her grasp? Or will he become another mindless ghoul in her army? Find out next time on England Vampires.